Hi, Miss Itzel. Okay, so let's start with this. Let's wait for one more person to enter. No one else, no one else. Okay, so let's start. Like I was showing to you, this part of My Fair Lady is the adaptation of Pygmalion. It is a movie, right? So we're gonna see the part of when she learns how to speak. Yeah, it's not. It is part of the of the play, but it is made for a movie. Okay, so let me show you. Wait a second. Okay, so let's watch this 4 minutes.
Say it again.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Didn't I say that?
No, Eliza, you didn't sigh that. You didn't even say that. Every night before you get into bed, where you used to say your prayers, I want you to say, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain 50 times. You get much further with the Lord if you learn not to offend his ears. Now for your H's. Pickering, this is going to be ghastly.
Control yourself, Higgins. Give the girl a chance.
Oh, well, I suppose you can't expect her to get it right the first time. Now, come here, Eliza, and watch closely. Now, you see that flame? Every time you pronounce the letter H correctly, the flame will waver, and every time you drop your H, the flame will remain stationary. That's how you'll know if you've done it correctly. In time, your ear will hear the difference. See it better in the mirror. Now, listen carefully. In Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. Now, repeat that after me. In Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
In Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
Oh, no. Have you no ear at all?
Shall I do it over?
No, please. Start from the very beginning. Just do this. Go, ha, 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Go on.
Ha, ha, ha.
Does the same thing hold true in India? Pickering is peculiar habit of not only dropping a letter like the letter H, but using where it doesn't belong, like hever instead of ever. Where is the Slavs, when they learn English, have a tendency to do it with their G's. They say linger instead of linger, and they turn right round and say singer instead of singer. Where is the Slavs, using it where it isn't needed? They learn English, they have to do it with their G. The girl, Higgins. Go on.
Poor Professor Higgins. Poor Professor Higgins. Night and day he slays away. Oh, poor Professor Higgins. All day long on his feet, up and down until he's numb. Does doesn't rest, doesn't eat, doesn't touch a crumb.
Again, Liza. How kind of you to let me come.
How kind of you to let me come.
No, kind of you, kind of you, kind. How kind of you to let me come.
How kind of you to let me come.
No, kind of you, kind of you. It's like cup of tea, kind of you. Cup of tea. Say cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
No, a cup of tea. It's awfully good cake, this. I wonder where Mrs. Pierce gets it.
First rate. And those strawberry tarts are delicious. Did you try the plain cake?
Try it again.
Did you try the...
Pickering! Again, Eliza.
Cup of tea.
Oh, no. Can't you hear the difference? Look, put your tongue forward until it squeezes on the top of your lower teeth. And then say cup.
Cup.
Then say of.
Of.
Then say cup, of, cup, cup,
Cup, cup. Of.
By Jove, Higgins, that was a glorious tea. Why don't you finish that last strawberry tart? I couldn't eat another thing.
Oh, I couldn't touch it.
Shame to waste it.
Oh, it won't be wasted. I know somebody who's immensely fond of strawberry tarts. Cheep, 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 cheep.
Ow!
Poor Professor Higgins.
Okay. As you can see, here, and this was an adaptation of the movie, the My Fair Lady. If you want to watch it, it's really, really hilarious, and it's really short from the play. So that is the scene when she learns how to speak, how the exercises that he's trying to teach her, and even the song is asking for patience for him because he has to get that. But he's inconsiderate. He doesn't even want to show mercy for her. I mean, she's suffering, she's hungry, she's tired, and it's horrible. Now, this next one, it's a play. It was done with two actors in the pandemic, and they made the scene that we heard of the ant and the hat and influenza, etc. And they make it really nice. So just listen to them, how fast they try to communicate that scene, okay? So just a second, please, because this is real. Okay, wait a second. Necesito sería. Yeah, it's pretty long, but I cut it. Yeah, so let's try to understand. Okay. So it's this is a couple, and they're gonna make all the characters. That's why they have names. Hickering, and this is Liza. So try to listen to them carefully. Yeah, because from this part, this pequecito. Okay, let's listen. Just a minute, please. Está cargando, me estaba sonando bien. Okay. Dame un ratito. Oh no. Okay, one more time. Wait a second, please. Because they act marvelously here. Yeah, yes, I está.
Michael to follow.
Yeah, she didn't. She acts amazingly. Okay. No, 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 no. Sorry. Ay, otra vez. Poquito. Ya, te sé. Otra vez. Oh, man. Again. Oh, ya. Ahora sí. Let's give them a minute. Okay. It's that scene. Yeah, only the two of them are gonna act everything.
Miss Einsford Hill. Oh, Lord.
How do you do? How do you do? My son, Henry.
Your celebrated son. I have so longed to meet you, Professor Higgins.
Delighted.
How do you do?
I've seen...
Ya se desconfigura esta costumbre. A ver, este.
Not at all.
No. Have I been rude? I didn't mean to be. Colonel Pickering! How do you do, Mrs. Higgins?
So glad you've come. Do you know Mrs. Einsford Hill? Miss Einsford Hill?
Has Henry told you what we've come for? No, we were interrupted, damn it.
Oh, Henry, really?
Are we in the way?
No. You couldn't have come more fortunately. We want you to meet a friend of ours.
Oh, yes, by George, we want 2 or 3 people. You'll do as well as anybody else. Mr. Einsford Hill. Oh, Lord, good heavens, another of them. How do you?
Very good of you to come. Oh, Colonel Pickering?
How do you?
And I don't think you know my son, Professor Higgins.
How do you? I'll take my oath I've met you before somewhere. Where was it? I don't think so. It don't matter anyhow. Sit down. Well, here we are anyhow. And now, what the devil are we going to talk about until Eliza comes?
Henry, you are the life and soul of the Royal Society's soirees, but really, you're rather trying on more commonplace occasions.
Am I? Very sorry. I suppose I am, you know.
I sympathize. I haven't any small talk. If people would only be frank and say what they really think.
Lord forbid.
But why?
And what they think they ought to think is bad enough, Lord knows, but what they really think would break up the whole show. Do you suppose it would be really agreeable if I were to come out now with what I really think?
Is it so very cynical?
Cynical? Who the dickens said it was cynical? I mean, it wouldn't be decent.
Oh, I'm sure you don't mean that, Mr. Higgins.
Oh, you see, we're all savages, more or less. We're supposed to be civilized and cultured, to know all about poetry and philosophy and art and science and so on. How many of us even know the meanings of those names? What do you know of poetry? Or what do you know of science? What does he know of art or science or anything else? What the devil do you imagine I know of philosophy?
Or of manners, Henry?
Miss Doolittle! Oh, here she is, Mother.
How do you do, Mrs. Higgins? Mr. Higgins told me I might come. Quite right. I'm very glad indeed to see you.
How do you do, Miss Doolittle?
Oh, Colonel Pickering, is it not?
I feel sure we have met before, Miss Doolittle. I remember your eyes.
How do you do?
My daughter, Quara.
How do you do? How do you do?
I've certainly had the pleasure.
My son, Freddie.
How do you do?
By George, yes, it all comes back to me. Covent Garden, what's a damn thing?
Henry, please. And don't sit on my writing table, you'll break it.
Oh, sorry.
Will it rain, do you think? The shallow depression in the west of these islands is likely to move slowly in an easterly direction. There are no indications of any great change in the barometrical situation.
How awfully funny.
What is wrong with that, young man? I bet I got it right.
Killing.
I'm sure I hope it won't turn cold. There's so much influenza about. It runs right through our whole family every spring.
My aunt died of influenza. So they said. But it's my belief they done the old woman in. Done her in? Yes, Lord love you. Why should she die of influenza? She come through diphtheria right enough the year before. I saw her with my own eyes, fairly blue with it she was. They all thought she was dead, but my father, he kept ladling gin down her throat till she come to so sudden that she bit the bowl off the spoon.
Dear me.
What call would a woman with that strength in her have to die of influenza? What become of her new straw hat that should have come to me? Somebody pinched it, and what I say is, them as pinched it, done her in.
What does doing her in mean?
Oh, that's the new small talk. To do someone in means to kill them.
Oh, you don't mean to say that your aunt was killed?
Do I not? Them she lived with would have killed her for a hat pin, let alone a hat.
But it can't have been right for your father to pour spirits down her throat like that. It might have killed her.
Not her. Gin was mother's milk to her. Besides, he poured so much down his own throat that he knew the good of it.
Do you mean that he drank?
Drank? My word! Something chronic.
Oh, how dreadful for you.
Not a bit. It never did him no harm what I could see. But then he did not keep it up regular. Here, what are you sniggering at?
Oh, it's the new small talk. You do it awfully well.
If I was doing it proper, what was you laughing at? Have I said anything I oughtn't? Not at all, Miss Doolittle. Oh, well, that's a mercy. Anyhow, what I always say is... Well, yes, I must go. So pleased to have met you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Colonel Pickering.
Oh, goodbye, Miss Doolittle.
Goodbye, all.
Are you walking across the park, Miss Doolittle? Because if so,
Not bloody likely. I'm going in a taxi.
Well,
Okay. So I tried to make all that scene, only the two of them with different characters. And as you, I don't know, understood, it's the way she really was, right? Yeah, she spoke, yeah, in a nice way English, but Dr. Higgins wanted to stop her because she was just going and she was going to destroy everything. So he just had to stop her. Okay, so that is a real play, and like yesterday I told you, is the origin of all the soap operas that we have in Latin America and all over the world. That Cinderella story, but it's not that Cinderella. It's more like I'm working for this, and I can improve, and it's quite interesting to know the origin of all the stories we know about. Okay. So, do you have any questions about this? Because you're gonna talk, yeah, about about this play. I know sometimes it's hard to understand because it's pretty English, but you're an advanced level, right? So you have to really work hard to understand. So please go to page 17 and what do you think? Okay, but first I have to show you another video. I don't know if we have time. We have 6 minutes. I don't know. It says the first question. In Greek mythology, do you know the Pygmalion? What was it? Have you ever heard of it? Go to what you think. Is that the first question? Nobody? It says in Greek mythology, Pygmalion was a king. Who fell in love with a statue he had sculptured and brought to life with his prayers. Explain the connection with Shaw's play. Okay, so I don't know if we have time because my video is here. And it's pretty short. I think we're going to do it, but I don't want it in Spanish. I want it in English. Yeah, a ver. I hope, ay, ojalá que funcione, chicos. Si no, tomorrow. So let me share again, and you'll find out what is this. Hi. Hasta acá, para eso bien rápido. Okay, so let me share. And this is it. It's only 5 minutes. Yeah, we have, yeah, wait, we have some.
প্রাচীন গ্রিসে সাইপ্রাস নামে একটি দ্বীপে একজন সুপুরুষ ও দক্ষ ভাস্কর
This has to be in English. Holy. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be the Pygmalion in English. It said kids. Yeah, it's gonna. And to answer all of this, so what do you think? Vocabulary and language. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Have a great evening tomorrow. I mean today. And I hope you understood this. And go and find more of Pygmalion and try to watch the complete play. It's really good. Okay. So have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, Miss.
Bye.